The nice thing about using a little wood stove is, as you go down on the trail and you watch, you've got natural material everywhere that you can harvest for your next meal. And just breaking it up as you go down the trail. Here, these are dead twigs, about everywhere. Taking a little bit from different locations, that way truly leaving no trace on the environment. We're harvesting, we're not mining. It doesn't take long, and a person has enough twigs and fuel to make a meal. All you need to boil 1 liter of water is the equivalency of the twigs necessary to fill 1 cereal bowl. Oh, this looks like a good spot to have a boil up. Now when we get here, what we want to make sure before we set up our stove is we want to have a nice area of 18 to 24 inches with no combustible material. So we'll spread the forest debris out from the sides. Well, around the trail, we've collected some natural materials. We've got our tinder, which would be like our grasses, our birch bark. And remember, tinder is only fuel that will light within 5 seconds. And we have our smaller pieces of wood, a little bigger, and our larger cooking pieces. As you can see, this is good dry wood, been up in the air so you know it's dry, has no bark on it. For your cooking wood, you're better off to stick to wood that's 3/8 of an inch in diameter or less. That way there, it releases its energy quicker. Even if it's a little damp, it'll allow the moisture inside to cook off, and it just makes a much, much better cooking fuel for your small bush cooker type stoves. It's always better to spend 5 minutes on preparation before you start your fire than once you start trying to find and prepare to have a good fire burning. Let's make tea. Birch bark makes an excellent fire starter, as you can tell. Now you can see this is just a matter of seconds. We haven't been blowing on it, we're not dinking around, you know what I mean? And that's because you've got collected good natural material. Started out with very small wood, adding, as you can see now, see that smoke being generated in the fire pot, but yet we have no smoke coming out of the actual stove. I'm adding small pieces often. Just about time now to put the pot on. Now we're going to add our tea water. Another advantage you have by using a bush cooker type stove, you don't have to take a water filter because you can bring your water to a roaring boil, thus sterilizing it. In the Middle East, they drink so much tea because when you drink tea, you have to boil your water. Boiling your water, you automatically kill all your pathogens. In 2 minutes, we've got a hot cooking fire, only using natural materials available to us on the trail. How much difference by adding a windscreen makes to the quality of your fire. When you start hearing the bubbling, you're at approximately 160 to 165 degrees. Just about there. Another way you can check to see if it's a roaring boil, you can tell by the vibrations on your handles. As you can see here now, the flame's pretty well died down. Now one of the advantages of using biomass or wood for your cooking fuel is once you come to a boil, you've created charcoal out of the wood that you use, and that'll give you a good 7 to 8 minute simmer. So if you're cooking rice or lentils, you'll be able to do that without adding any more fuel whatsoever, which you don't get from your alcohol or your petrochemical fuels. Well, it's been about 10-15 minutes since the fire burned out. Let's see if the stove's ready to be put away. You can see there's very little ash in the bottom. This is all the residue we have. This is truly leave no trace camping. Ah, that's good.